Welcome to Solutions Studio. This is a free series on C programming language. If you like these videos, please subscribe to follow along with this series. Also, please like and leave a comment and share the video to help spread this series. Hello and welcome to this episode, and in this episode we discuss about conditional compilation, basically the use of if and end-if preprocessor directives. Now basically using these conditional preprocessor directives we can create some conditions whether to have some preprocessors executed or not executed. For example, in here we have defined if a constant has been defined and this statement has been negated by this negation operator. So that means if a constant has not been defined by the name of my constant, then what you can do is that you can define that constant and put a value of 0 for that constant and at the end of the if statement. And that's it. Now if we want to print the value of my constant, let's go and see it. And as you can see, we got the value of 0. Now if we had defined a constant before that, let's go and define my constant and give it a value of 10. Now this statement is going to be false, and that's why this if statement is not going to be executed, and we would have the value of 10 for the my constant. Let's go and execute, and now you have 10. And basically the same way that we have with the normal if statements, we have this elif, which basically means else if, and we also have this else statement that you can use for these conditional preprocessor directives. Now what is the use of conditional preprocessor directives or conditional compilation? Well, conditional preprocessor directives are frequently used to prevent header files from being included multiple times in the same source file. So these directives frequently are used to enable and disable code that makes software compatible with a range of platforms. That's it for this episode. I hope to see you in the coming episodes. Hello and welcome to this episode, and in this episode we would like to show you how to comment out blocks of code using the if and end-if preprocessor directives. So you know that we discussed about the conditional compilation or the use of if and end-if preprocessor directives in the previous episode, and we said how they are being used to create conditionals for the execution of preprocessors. Now another useful application of this preprocessor is to comment out blocks of code, and especially to comment out blocks of code that they have another multi-line comment inside of that code. For example, if I want to comment this block of code starting from here and ending to here, and these lines of code they have some comments, they have some multi-line comments inside of them, what I can do is that I can create a multi-line comment, another multi-line comment that would include all of those lines. And now let's try to end this multi-line comment. Now you can see that there is a bit of confusion because of this multi-line comment in here. I cannot comment this whole block of code because two nested multi-lined comments are not basically possible. So in this case what we can do that instead of the use of another multi-line comment, we can use the if and we can use the end-if preprocessor directives, and now we have commented this part of code. Remember to note that for the if condition we have set a condition of false or 0, and that's why this code is not going to be executed. Let's go and execute this program. And as you can see, the program executed successfully and we got only this line of code executed, and this rest line of codes were ignored by the compiler. And that's it for this episode. I hope this has been informative for you, and I would like to see you in the coming episodes. Welcome to Solutions Studio. This is a free series on C programming language. If you like these videos, please subscribe to follow along with this series. Also, please like and leave a comment and share the video to help spread this series. Hello and welcome to this episode, and in this episode we will discuss about conditionally compiling a debug code. What does it mean exactly? It means that if you have some debug code in your program, you can basically conditionally compile that debug code and have some more control over the debug code for debugging. So let me show you an example in here. For example, I have this program which I want to add the sum of numbers from 0 to 100. So I've created a for loop that starts from 0, it will go until 100, and it will add all of these numbers into this variable sum. And finally, we want to print a sum. Now in between this for loop, I have created some debug code. For example, if I want to see the values that are being generated for I, I've created this printf statement that is going to print the value of I. But this printf statement as a debugging code will only execute if we have the debug value turned on in here. So I have created a condition that if debug is not 0, anything other than 0, which means true, then this line of code is going to be printed. Otherwise, it will not be printed. So now that debug is 0, that means that debugging is off. If I run this code, I only get the last printf statement in here, which is the sum is 50-50. Now if I want to start debugging, something is wrong with my program and I want to start debugging, then I turn on the debugging and set the value of debug into 1 or any other value that is a none false. Let's go and run, and now the debugging has turned on, and you can see that I can see this printf being executed while compilation. And that's how we can have some more control over debugging of our code using the conditional preprocessor directives. I hope this has been informative for you, and I would like to see you in the coming episodes. Stay tuned.